love how that was the transition phrase. I thought it was quiet. Here we go again.
It's not just me that does it.
All
And
right.
now?
So.
Are we live?
We are.
When?
I'm memorized.
Right now.
And I'm like,
We've been live actually for a little while. All the stuff we've been talking about has been live.
Oh, those lucky people listening to that talk.
Those lucky zero.
Those lucky person.
Yeah.
That lucky person that heard about my love of Aldi brand cheddar bray biscuits. They're
What
the
about
best.
the spreader talk?
The spreader talk.
You guys weren't even talking about the spreader I was thinking about, so that was very confusing.
Okay, but theirs didn't involve stirrups.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow.
Welcome to Spreader Talk.
Home of the Whopper.
Home of the Whopper.
The Impossible Whopper.
I had one this afternoon.
Just
Was that your first one?
Yes.
Did they give you the antidote, or did you not pay extra?
I'm hoping the poison kicks in soon.
All right.
All right, so we're recapping. We met some strange guy who babbled about being two places in time and made references to past, future things. And then I woke up and the game was over.
We spent a lot on groceries.
Yes.
But we were also trying to buy everything real cheap.
Oh yeah, you got
and
the
then it
real
was, like,
quality food.
Super generic stuff.
We didn't get Dave's red food.
No.
And we lost a day going to get groceries and coming back. And Harcourt was secretly at a rave.
But what we saved in money was well worth it.
Yeah, I think they were impressed with our efficiency.
Impressed, yes, that's what they were.
And they had a table that things just like will appear out of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do.
The storage table system.
All those oddly shaped things in the table. I missed the first encounter with the table.
All right. So, what was the most important thing, though? The most important bits of information you got from that encounter with Candor?
I mean, the table.
Thanks. I really appreciate the fact that like a magical item I made like get some good focus, just like the T-shirt did.
It's really cool.
Oh, those T-shirts were of a high quality.
We'll never stop talking about those well,
those shirts.
One of us will never stop talking about those T-shirts.
I didn't get a shirt.
I know.
I know.
Jeez,
We could have got a shirt, broke out some kitten jerky, and ate it on our new table. The best Akunsaunt product placement ever.
But I believe there was something slightly more important to the plot line.
There was something about a ridiculously long quest that we had to do in a specific order or something.
Yes.
I don't know about ridiculously long.
I'm sorry, ridiculously complicated.
I mean, he was babbling so incoherently, I couldn't
I
tell
just
whether or
fell
not it was.
asleep.
Yeah. I thought it was Ryan's regular conversation. He's not even here to hear that shot. It's no wasted.
No, but if he ever okay, so it happens when we talk.
Either that or somebody's cleaning out their keyboard.
No, it does sound kind of like that. It does sound like somebody's got like the blower. It's gone now.
Does anybody remember the quest we were supposed to do? I know we're supposed to do some quest.
I remembered snacks. Hey, so like I did
That
my
was
part.
the first part of the quest, I think. And we have to go do the second part.
No, so
wait, didn't we have to get some rings or something?
Did nobody take notes?
I had notes. I don't know where they went.
God damn it! You guys are eating the notes.
It is really hard to focus
when you're asleep,
thinking about snacks and asleep and dreaming of snacks.
I'm glad we're on the same page there, Meg. I have the same issues.
All right.
This is why we can never skip a week again. It's too hard. It feels like it's been decades.
It did
And,
feel
like,
like way longer than it normally
Call of
does.
Cthulhu. I'm like, I don't even know my character's freaking name anymore. I do know her name, but wait, do I? It's Daria, right?
It's Daria, yes.
It's Daria. It's Daria Van Houten.
That's not it.
Van Houten.
I don't
There's
know. It's
no
all I
Van
can think of.
Houten.
Oh, here it is. Shopping list. 2 false rings. 2 rings of false appearances. Make something insignificant. The lens of true sight monocle we have. We need the gem from James Tizot and the rod of the god.
That's it. Good. Somebody has the shopping list.
I had it. I'm like,
I don't.
like it
That
vanished right in front of me.
that seemed like gibberish. Did you put it on the table? Did it go into the table?
Yeah, it's in my table. That's the problem.
Oh.
Right into it. I'm over here so busy playing Rave, I completely lost it.
Playing Rave. God, old man.
You didn't know there was a new video game, Rave? Rave the Ascension?
Rave the Ascension.
Oh my lord. In front of your Ram t-shirt?
Hey, it's a free t-shirt, don't knock it.
That's what people wear to raves, huh?
They're getting good marketing here to our big viewer base.
Yeah.
You have all the people who want a
To all
Dodge Ram
that
truck.
people- I'm sorry, to all that person.
To all our big viewers?
God damn it. Charles over there hawking a book.
Charles, thank
Yeah,
you
but
for
he didn't even write
my
the book, and that's the
tattoo.
problem.
What's that?
Thank you for my tattoo.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
It was cute.
We are so not started in the game.
It's fine. Nobody's watching.
I recapped.
I talked about snacks. I did my part. Like,
All right. So, you guys finish up the chat with Candor. You're told that you are going to end up losing a day. So you got,
Yes.
and that
I told
after
you
you
that.
lose that day, I know, I'm going over some things to remind you of the things you didn't say. Which is
Which
that
is quite a
after
lot.
you lose the day, you're all going to be rather ill. So you have 2 days before that happens. So you know that part of the reason that Zug didn't want to skip this day is because Zug has some important thing going on at his house, and you didn't want to skip the next day because you have the dinner with Burian and his crew at Teddy's.
Oh, the dinner with Burian.
Yes,
are we invited?
It's the whole party.
Yeah.
It's their party wants to meet your party.
That's not what I heard. I heard, would you guys like to come along? Oh, I'm sorry, you can't make it. Oh, you can. Oh, sorry.
Right. So, during this day that you know Zug is going to be basically hanging out at his house, do the rest of you have things that you want to get done?
Snacks?
Sure. Do you want to pick them up from that cheap place you got snacks from before?
No, I want them for free.
You keep thinking that this is some sort of like free economy. There right now are a lot of people, a lot of starving people who aren't getting snacks and really don't have a solid place to live right now. What about their needs?
I'm working on that too. They are not incompatible.
Are they? But the question is, are those people aligned with a house?
No, they're not aligned with a house anymore. They were all kicked out of a house.
See, they need to go get a job, like we do.
If they're if we are spending the day because we're letting Zug do his thing, and then we have dinner, we have dinner with
Hello.
Burian.
Hello, are you having game night?
Yes.
Okay.
You-
Know that we love you.
I love you too. I'll give you a call maybe on Wednesday.
Okay.
We should both be home.
I hope
Love
so.
you.
All right,
too.
they're on the stream.
Now you're
That's a-
famous.
That was a special guest appearance from Whitney's parents.
I was gonna try and mute it, but then I couldn't see. Whatever. It's done.
It's important that people know that parents can be loving. I endorse that
Well,
message.
it's funny because they even called, and my mom, I think, saw the headphones, and she's like, "Is it game night?" I'm like, yes, it's game night.
Okay.
So if we have
Sorry.
we have a day and a half to kill. Is that correct?
You have a
Game
day and a
Master?
half to kill. Yeah.
You want to do any volunteering, Meg?
Yeah, I'm always up for volunteering.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We could try out some of my new material.
I don't know what that means.
You know, it's my gig. It's my side gig.
That's
Okay.
not. Oh, I was thinking like helping people, not like telling jokes.
So the two of you are down for volunteer work. Galfine, what do you want to do in the next day and a half?
You got to get a good haircut, sister. I mean, you got to get a good hairdo. You got dinner tomorrow.
Ooh, maybe a pedicure.
Shop for a new outfit. Go ahead, Whitney.
Maybe a pedicure.
Oh my God.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. Want to look your best, feel your best, be fierce, sister.
You do know though that for the next day or so, Burian is not going to be around to train with. He is dealing with a problem in the goblin mines.
Right. I may go out and look for some material.
Okay. And then James, what does Harcourt want to do?
Well, my first question was, did Candor keep the bow, the arrow, and the...
Candor kept the book. He says he told you the book was very important to him progressing on what he needs to. And he will periodically be able to assign you things from it that he thinks might be useful as he finds his notes on what each of the things are.
Okay.
As far as the bow and the arrow, you do still have both of those. However, you would have been warned one additional thing about those when you would have taken them, and that is to remember that sometimes people have multiple names, or multiple people can have the same name, and it will home to the closest person with that name.
Right.
And that from his testing as well, when you fire it against somebody who has lost their name, it will work both with their last name and without their last name.
With or without it.
I don't know what I want to do. I hadn't thought of that.
Okay. Well, we can give you some time to think.
I'm just, I think right now I'm going to go back to my room and plan on how I'm going to get that gem away from James.
Okay. That is a good place to be. And then, Tom, you are having a lot of work done on your room today, correct? You got the lock getting installed. The lock guys were going to come in and do the wall knocking down around the same time. And actually, when you get back, there is a letter waiting for you that in the morning when you wake up. It was delivered by a messenger service, and it was slid underneath your door. That letter is from the wall building guys saying they stopped by yesterday and you weren't in. But they just wanted to make sure that you knew that they were able to change the date around, so they'll be there at the same day as the locksmith.
Right. Well, before I got here, we didn't get paid, right? Because we were supposed to get paid like some days.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it.
No, you have not. The payday. Hold on. Let me bring up the calendar. The payday is in fact today.
Ooh.
So you guys can go and collect your pay.
Oh, it doesn't automatically go to our...
Oh no, that's right. You guys did set up your bank accounts, so you guys will have an additional. I think it was. I've lost the quest info. I believe it was an additional 200 gold total, so it would have been divided 6 ways. So each of you would have gained 34 gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
What
should put all
about-
that bribery money.
Should
What
we put
about
it
the
on our
people who
sheet?
don't have a bank account?
You didn't get a bank account?
No. I wasn't here at when.
Oh,
everyone
you're
got-
considered to have been given a bank account.
We would have set one up for you.
Oh,
It's assumed that you would have that yours was set up with the whole
All
with the whole
right, so how
shebang.
much-
So
how
it's
34
direct
gold.
deposit, but we still have to add it to our sheet.
Yes.
Okay.
I assumed it was some kind of orcish fear of banking.
Well, your character sheet is you doing your own accounting, right? So I can tell you what it is, but if you don't know the gold is in there, then you don't know to pull the gold out.
34 gold.
Yes.
34 gold.
In fact, a lot of how the system works and a lot of why they love the direct deposit system is there's really not an online banking system to go along with this. So it's just you have to kind of keep track of what money is in there. And if you forget how much money is in there, that's just more money they can loan out.
How much does 34 gold equate to in a currency I understand?
So 34 gold in real world money is the one of the easiest ways I've ever heard is kind of equate gold to like about $100 to $200 roughly. Sometimes a
Wow.
lot less than that. It's really hard because item values are like based on what it would have been to buy something years upon years ago. So like a sword costs like gold's worth the money, but you can buy other things that, you know, in comparative economies wouldn't cost the same thing. Like nowadays, you know, it would not cost what it would in the game to buy a sword compared to like buying a box with a lock on it. So it can be a little bit hard to judge some of the values. Different economy. All right, so let us go first then to well, let's do some of Galfine's shopping. Galfine, what stuff did you want to go pick up?
She's looking for some Lady Orang eyelash.
what?
You said you wanted to pick up a few things, I thought. Did I mishear you?
Oh, yeah, no, it cut out.
Okay.
I wanted to look for some more art supply.
Okay. So what kind of supplies are you looking for? Just basic stuff, or do you want to get something nicer?
I want to get something a bit nicer.
Okay. So you can go ahead and give me a knowledge local. Oh, geez. Yeah, you basically can find a very large number of things. So on a kind of basic level, you know that there is much better equipment. What are you comparing that to, James? The 345
the
for
price of gold currently and the size of a gold and the weight of a gold.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that off of like right now's time
Actual
though.
gold.
Well, I'm saying that's if you're trying to figure out what equivalency is.
Okay. Then that's sort of relative to the time period as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so your one of the things that you know, and if you want to get something of a higher quality, is you probably want to try to find some place that is going to be a little bit more like focused on the idea of creativity and expression. So you know you're not like you can find some stuff around here in the unaligned territory, but you know the place that's going to have the most resources with regard to creativity is going to be over in the GPPF. It's not a very highly known thing because a lot of the like GPPF doesn't really want to be stereotyped as like the creative people. They want to kind of, you know, be known for being like these tycoons of business and travel. They don't want to have that kind of like, oh, gnomes doing creative and designing stuff, you know. But you know that over there's some pretty unique stuff that you've heard about before that you've wanted to be able to kind of see in action. You know, supplies that are more in tune with the way like your arm moves, and some that will like help stabilize your arm. You've heard fanciful things like pencils that like they can draw what's in your mind, and they help like assist drawing what's in your mind instead of like trying to make your hand draw what's in your mind. So you can head out to a shop out that way. When you arrive there when you arrive in the GPPF, first of all, the whole layout of this area is much different than all of the rest of Akunsaunt. Have you ever seen pictures of like St. Petersburg?
No.
Any countries in Russia?
Countries in Russia.
Or sorry, cities in any of the cities in Russia?
No.
Google
Okay.
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, do a quick Google search of St. Petersburg. It's a really good. Not St. Petersburg, Florida, by the way. Russia. Let's see what you end up seeing. So, go to the image search, and what do you see there?
I see a really big building.
That's like bright and colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the art style in the GPPF is a lot of very large and very like ornately decorated with like colors or paintings, or like there's a little bit of like highlights of some metals and some gems here and there, but it's mostly like there for accents to make the color more pop on all the buildings that are around. There's a lot of like dome structures as well at the top of a lot of the buildings. So it has a very kind of like rounded atmosphere, whereas much of the rest of Akunsaunt has a very either boxy or overly natural atmosphere. In here, everything is very heavily rounded off and very bright and vibrant in terms of color.
Pardon me.
There is a lot of life and a lot of people roaming about the streets, discussing a large number of things. It's hard to tell what they're talking about, though, unless you happen to speak Gnome. Do you speak Gnome by chance?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, there's just a lot of people roaming around, talking in...
Should have brought Meg with you.
Meg's not allowed back inside.
Never mind.
And so it also is a bit difficult, because as you start looking around at signage, the first thing you notice is that signs aren't at eye level. Signs are at slightly lower than eye level. Everything's kind of like at Gnome's eye level. Some of the doors are still large enough to accommodate full-size people, or some of the doors have like Gnome doors built into like larger size doors that are regular people-sized door. But you notice that a lot of stuff is like built to a very awkward scale. It looks like this was like a whole gnome city that eventually they realized, oh, enough humans are going to come here. We should probably start adding on some ways for them to get into our buildings. Go ahead. So you know about where this place is, but go ahead and give me either perception or diplomacy. Or geography. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you in a little bit, and we'll talk about what you find. All right, so Meg and Pax. That means, Charles, you got to wake up. Asleep already. I didn't think I would bore him that fast.
Is he sleeping? I can't.
It looks like it. He's not responding to Charles. Hold on a sec. I'm going to mute my mic.
Do you want to come back to us then?
Yes. I don't know if he's going to wake up at this point.
Is
Is
he
Meg
narcoleptic?
Meg is.
No, he's got a very bad sleep schedule.
Oh, okay.
And so he's never in like regular hours. All right, so Harcourt, what have you come up with so far?
I need the layout to his home. We're gonna do a heist.
Okay. Harcourt heist number 2. Balthazar photobomb number 1.
twice the gem.
Okay.
I have no idea where we're gonna get these rings from. So I guess it's time to for me to go slinking around by James T. Zoe's place and see if I can find anything.
Okay. So you do know that location, so you can make your way down that way. You've actually been on the grounds a couple of times. Not again. Yep.
What's going on?
It's doing the noise thing again, James.
What the fuck? No, listen.
Is it coming out of your speakers, or? Because it's when I talk. It's like a crossover problem. I'm gonna try muting James real quick and see what happens. So it's when I talk, James. All right.
Are you?
Now you're roboting.
Steve, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Are you playing music over the Roll20?
Yeah.
What does it sound like, out of curiosity? Because I can't hear it.
It should be like some very soft melodic beats, and some like background noise.
Okay, because the last time my static cut out, that's what I heard. I got static, I didn't hear any of you, and I can just hear the static and the music. Sorry, it keeps popping in and out like that, and I have no idea why.
Sorry, if you want, you can turn down the maybe something's wrong with the sounds from Roll20, and you can try to turn them down, see if they're causing bleed over.
Let me turn those down. Is there...
And today's just problems.day.
Yeah, turning the music volume all the way off. I don't know what's causing the static. I'm getting random static.
Yeah.
Don't know what's causing that. Okay.
All right. So you've been to James T. Zoe's home before, at least in a different time, and once during this time. The thing you do remember, though, from when you were there most recently, is that it's in a slightly different location, and it has a slightly bigger layout than it did before. It's on a little bit more property. There's like a much bigger line of where it encases, and it is definitely like the room structure was not the same as you remembered it.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to. So that means I need a floor plan from somebody. That's not going to help me if it's bigger than it is and I have no idea where the actual room still is. And he's probably not going to take and allow his floor plans to be on public record because he's an a-hole. Which means I got to get in. Which means I need to get a hold of Mara.
Yep.
How am I going to do that?
Well, you do know a certain captain of the guard that you...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That was my next thought. Yeah, now I'm going to have to go to the captain of the guard.
Okay. So you head to the station that you knew him to be at before. And there you actually see the 5 of them standing in front of his door, arguing with each other. I'm sorry, the 4 of them.
As usual.
Yes.
Pardon me, lady and gentlemen.
They turn and look to you.
I need to have a word with Mara.
The person who looks similar-ish to Thaddeus turns and looks to you. What do you need to talk to them about? To her about?
I need a favor.
I mean, we're all on the same team here, aren't we?
She's part of your team, yes.
So couldn't we all talk?
Maybe not. Maybe this is something between me and her.
Are you sleeping with him? She shakes her head no. All right, well, we'll give you your space. Reconvene at my place shortly.
Oh my.
When you finish up. Myra nods.
I need a favor. I have to get a hold of something that James T has.
That's a bit of a tall order.
I don't need you to get it for me. I was wondering if you could help me, seeing as how we have future involvement that we haven't had, but we had in the past.
Yes.
Man, these guys always trying to feed you a line. Baby, we got future in the past.
All right. We're going to have your conversation in just a second, because now that Charles is awake, we can jump to what he's doing.
Hey, it was only an hour.
All right. So, Meg and Pax.
Hey.
You head down to where they're keeping the refugees at the moment.
Okay.
And they are very excited to see the two of you arrive. You notice that there are less volunteers here than there were last time you were here.
Volunteer burnout is a real thing.
Yep.
One of the clerics that's in charge of things comes rushing up to the two of you.
Yes.
All right, we have a serious issue. Do either of you know anyone from the Dryad territory?
Uh-huh. I got some
Yes.
friends over there.
Okay, House Rezix is refusing to provide meat for the refugees. So they put several shipments on hold. The Dryads are the only ones that are willing to work, but we haven't been able to get a safe supply here for the last few days. Is there any chance that you could maybe go along with the shipment and see what's happening?
Sure.
Sure. I love a good road trip.
Thank you so much.
I wish we had Galfine here, but she's out, getting her nails done for her big
I
night.
know. She's all getting fancy, but
I know.
at least we can go together.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Teamwork
in the
is dreamwork.
So,
What was that?
Meanwhile, in the marker section, Gelfine just digging through a bin of markers.
Markers.
if you head on over to the botanist, the head botanist, they should be able to get you in touch with the person providing the food.
Okay. We shall meet the head botanist.
Okay.
Oh, very exciting.
So you guys can make your way down the road there, and actually along the roadway walk, you are there is a rather old-looking man who comes wandering up to the two of you. Can you spare some assistance to me, by chance?
Certainly, my good man. What ails
What's going
you?
on?
I seem to have lost something over here. I've bumped my head and forgotten what it is.
Uh-oh.
Can I do a quick first aid to see if that's for real?
Sure. Give me a heal check.
Ah!
Did it roll?
No, I almost dropped my mouse.
Oh. Okay, so you're like leaning in to look kind of like you're trying to help look, but you also notice that like there's no bump on his head.
Huh.
The old
It's
Ted
not
Bundy
always
routine,
visible.
only it's a cast instead of bump on the head.
You see, I think I was bringing home some food, but I don't remember where I am now.
Where is home?
I don't know which way it is compared to where I'm at. Huh.
Right, but what territory do you live in?
These are a lot of questions.
Should we take you to the clinic?
No, I think I'd rather we all stay here. Can I get a perception from each of you?
Oh, but it's not one of my little thingies. I'll pull up my character sheet.
All right, and let's see how well they did.
Good.
So Meg,
Yes.
you will spot this just as one of them is about to fire a crossbow bolt. You
man.
see hidden in a few trees nearby on the roadway. There are about 4 Feyre that were about to take a
God.
shot on you.
Oh man, again with these guys.
So now we have to roll initiative?
I'm gonna need you to roll initiative. Alright, and I'm gonna run you over. I'm gonna jump you over to here. And let's clean the map up a little bit here. So we don't have this guy or this guy. But we have one. We got 1 and 2. We're going to use this as basically open space here, just so you guys know. And we only have a... So we don't have a Galfine, we don't have a Harcourt, we don't have a Zug. Just got a
we're
Pax
screwed.
and a
Going
Meg.
in alone.
Running is a thing.
Alright.
Hardcore, these colors never run.
Good luck and Godspeed, little doodle.
Alright, so I will
Did
bring
you
them
call her a
into
noodle?
Doodle.
Little doodle.
I'm okay with it.
Alright. You've got 4 of them. And
Don't they have to roll initiative?
they will have to roll initiative. And you guys rolled yours, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Meg, can I have you click on your token and then click the INT button in the top left, and I'll adjust it to that initiative.
And the only what the hell? The only thing I have is mine.
If you click on you got to click on the mini first, and then at the top left you'll see the INIT button.
Click on the mini.
Yep.
Why do I have the turnover order thing here?
Huh? That's I put that there.
Okay, so
I control the turn order.
Why am I not finding this?
Should be right next to, you see where you would choose like the arrow thing and then the cube,
Uh-huh.
and then to the right of that there should be something that says INIT and like a little tiny like rectangle button.
Next to my mini, right?
No, up in the top left corner of the screen. Next to the controls in Roll20.
Ah.
Let me make sure it's turned on for your character also.
Okay, so in the controls for Roll20 in the left-hand corner.
Right. You have like an arrow, a square, like an arrow, a cube, and a zoom thing, right? On the left side. Not on the right side, not on the left side of the screen.
Okay, over here.
I can't see where your mouse cursor is literally at. It's not an actual whiteboard, it's a virtual whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm on the left side.
Okay, so you have like the little thing where you would choose like the distance and the zoom function, right?
Yes. Select move, pan view.
Right, and then to the right of that, there should be a little square like button that says INIT. If you've clicked on your character, but your character has to be highlighted for that to be there.
Okay.
And by that I mean the Meg Mini.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to shortcut us through this because I have the ability to, and then we'll figure this out later.
I found me.
Okay. But I've got you on the sheet right now, so.
Okay.
And
let's put the old man on there as well.
why is Meg at 20? Because you rolled a 13 for her.
Because Meg actually did roll a 20.
Okay.
So I gave the correct one that was rolled the first time. Alright, so the Feyre are up first.
Oh man.
It is sad that they rolled so well for you guys. Where he is? There we go. There's the old man. He's a little bigger than he should be. Put him down to scale.
Oh, gee.
And the Feyre are going to take some shooteds.
At who?
The first one is at Meg. There's going to be 2 at each of you.
Okay.
Hang on.
Max damage.
This is very loud, and I need to bring it down just a little bit. So Meg, does a 22 hit?
You know it hits. Come
All right,
on.
it's for 8.
Ah.
Second one on
I'm just
Meg.
a gnome whose intentions are good.
I suppose a 10 would miss, though, right?
Yes, the 10 does miss.
Okay. And these 2 are for Pax.
Sorry,
Ooh.
which circle tells me?
It's the green circle. And if you click in the green circle, if you take damage and hit minus that number, you'll reduce it from your hit points.
So I have to do -5 or -4?
In this case, it's -5 because the crit does not confirm. Unless your AC is 7.
No.
Okay.
But your AC's not 7?
And the other one for Pax.
That would have actually done less damage if it crit.
No, it would have done more damage if it crit. That's the 5 plus the
I thought
4.
It was,
So
4.
I take another 7 damage?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
Jesus.
dying.
Boy, Steve's really taking us out of the game, huh?
Yeah, Steve, you know which game this is, right? This isn't constructed here.
I
think
do.
He's getting confused. He's trying to murder me.
All right, Meg. Your
He
initiative.
wants the couch.
Oh man, now I gotta do something combat related.
You want to stick it out?
I'm gonna try something.
How much does being injured affect our ability to run?
It does not.
How fast are we compared to Feyres?
You're technically slower because your size small. But if you start running, you don't know necessarily that they're going to chase you.
Well, what do you want to do? You want a book?
I think we should get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'm willing to run, sir. I'll run. I'll make a retreat, which I believe take a 5-foot step.
Oh no, you can full run at this point. You're not no one's engaging you in melee.
How
Oh,
do you
okay.
do a run?
You just say you're running.
Oh.
What you need to do is get up and pantomime it.
All right, so
Oh, my headphones.
if you run, they will not chase you. They are not interested in trying to catch you. They are interested in stopping you from reaching your destination, it seems.
Ah,
Are you running, Meg?
Yeah,
I'm running.
Okay. Now is it my turn?
yeah, it is your
I'm
turn.
running.
Yep.
I'm running very fast.
You both said you were going to run, so
Pax with that 1802. I love it.
you can make it back to the unaligned territory.
There's some fairy in the. There's
Who
some
do we
fairy
see when
they're
we
trying
get
to-
there?
So when you get back, the refugees are still there, as is the cleric you spoke to a few moments ago. Well, several minutes
sent
ago.
us on this mission.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
What's
we
up?
were
What happened?
waylaid, ambushed even.
Where?
Just
just
outside.
when we started trying to go towards the mission, and they flashed the crap out of us.
On the main roads, or did you take side roads?
Main roads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on the main roads.
Yeah.
There
There's
is
a guy
this. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Where are the guard patrols? There's supposed to be guards patrolling. We've specifically asked that the ministry authorize guard patrols. We know this isn't a financial endeavor, but this is an issue of a real trade emergency. If we cannot get any shipments through here, this is going to create serious problems.
Oh man.
But no house wants to take claim. I'm sure no house wants to dispatch soldiers. This is a serious issue.
Yeah, we're feeling it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, well, I think we're going to have to switch to a different plan.
Okay.
Can the two of you make a trip up to House Rurik?
I think we
Yes.
might need to heal a little bit first.
Oh, are you seriously injured?
I mean, yeah,
I
I feel seriously injured. At
did
least
you want me to heal
emotionally.
you or no?
Can the cleric heal me?
The cleric does not have a lot of cures for today, but she does at least have a couple of channels that she can do. So she'll
Well, I don't want
use
her to waste her stuff.
two channels.
I mean,
She's not really dealing with like people with injuries right now. She is dealing with trying to feed people, which is why she changed her spells on hand.
oh,
So she can give you 2d6 of channeling.
uh-huh.
So each of you gain back 8 HP.
Hey,
Can't find my little character.
there we go.
You should be on the main screen now, so it should be on the left-hand side. You may need to zoom out.
I know. No, I have to zoom in. How do I get rid of the turn order thing?
I'll do it.
I just moved over.
Yeah.
So gain 8 back to the green.
Yep, gain 8 back to the green. So if you put +8, it should add 8.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. That'll help us. You said you need us to go to Rurik?
Yes, if you head to House Rurik and notify the guards there at the gate that we are having a transportation crisis, and let him know that you were sent by the clerics of Shishat. They should know what we're talking about. We've been trying to push through a request with them to at least have a few patrols head out with the Dryad family. But there have been some issues arranging the timing of it.
Do you think we'll be okay going to that territory?
If you go north from here, don't take the main road. Head up the back roads north. I can only imagine that they would only keep units on the patrols that would have to do with the food transportation. And they must have recognized you on the travel, I guess.
Meg, what do you think we should do?
Well, I guess if we gotta stick to the other roads, we should go up to House Rurik and try to get this issue solved.
Okay.
Okay. So the two of you can head up that way. I am going to jump over to Zug.
FYI, I'm having trippy screen again.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and ignore it.
All right. Well, we'll take a break here in a couple of minutes, and then we'll fix that. So Zug, you are getting the work done on your room. The two of them arrive. You have the other half of the payments for them, correct? Because
I don't remember what I owed.
yeah, hang on a sec. I have it in my notes.
600,000 gold.
Only
Is it-
600,000 gold?
My
What's the
notes
deal?
are in a Google Keep document, and my grocery list always eats my ability to see them.
Hey, it's important that I know what food we're getting.
I don't care. That's not the part that bothers me. The part that bothers me is that like it doesn't work properly in the way that it's supposed to. The Google Keep doesn't. It makes things disappear from time to time. Actually, you may have paid for it all in advance, but I don't think so. I thought it was 75 that you paid, and then you owe another 75.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I paid for half of the lock.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I paid for the wall removal and
No, you did not pay for the wall removal.
and the door removed.
Correct.
I remember that wasn't that much.
No, that was pretty inexpensive. My notes with that though are just fucking gone. I have the notes about the lock, but I don't have the notes about the price. Let me look it back up because it's a.
Yeah, the what I have written down for the lock was scalable iron lock.
Yeah, it's 2-stage. You bought the 2-stage one that was good quality. Let me pull this back up and see. Stop trying to do things you shouldn't be, and this won't be a problem.
I mean, I think I recall it being maybe 300, so I'd owe like 150. But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
No, I think that was for the top line. Some part of me says it was 75, but we can confirm this later. I can pull up the video later, and I'll find the price that way. But for now, let's assume it was 75. And if there's more, we can square up on it later. So when they get there, the two guys immediately. Let me see if this will load up for you, Tom, or if this will crash when we try to do this. So I'm gonna try to load up the apartments, but thus far. So do you see the apartments, or did it lock up?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Oh, I just see all black.
You should be somewhere in there. You may have to zoom out a little bit to find where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
But you should see now 2 rooms of space.
Yep.
Okay. And you should actually, if you should be able to pick up and move like the beds and your desk and your bookshelf there. As if they were characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, you can move those around. They're going to be prepping your room. I'll eventually have the door that gets knocked out of there. They ask, which of the 2 doors do you want? Do you want the door that is here, or do you want the door that is here?
What does the rest of the building look like? That would, or at least the hallway.
You can step out into the hallway and take a look.
Okay.
So if you just move your character through the door, yep, you should be able to see the hallway. There's one problem with the room, though. Oh, I had to do this. There we go.
Okay, well, I want the door on the side that I'm on now.
Okay.
Because, actually, no, I want the other one because I can see all the way down the main hall through my people?
You can.
Eventually? Or
You can sort of. It's a little bit blurred to see it down there, but yeah. When you were picking out rooms, you like specifically got lucky to get this one. You wanted to have like the one in the center because it would have been optimal. Then you could have seen like all the way across the hall. But this was the only one that was available. So you want to get rid of this door.
Correct,
I'm
yeah.
making it purple. Okay.
Yep, I want to keep the one that I'm at right now.
Excellent. So yeah, they set to tearing down the wall, and then knocking out the door, and then once they knock out the door, they basically have the equipment there. They start putting up the replacement wall, and yeah, it's kind of going to be a near all day thing for them to do that. They do work very, very efficiently considering how much there is to knock out, how much there is to repair. They do tell you though that as far as the floor is concerned, they can sand down the stone of the floor, but if you want to get more of the wood, they're probably going to have to order brand new flooring to put in from scratch, and that can get a little bit pricey because wood's not easy to come by these days. The Dryads aren't a big fan of selling wood for what they consider superfluous projects.
Fucking hippies.
Yeah, so I guess I would just have them tear up the wood and sand down the floor,
Okay.
and then I'll probably put something on there later on.
Okay. So yeah, they'll set to doing that. You do notice like as they're peeling up the wood is very, very thin. And underneath is like stone foundation. It looks like this wood was just kind of put in here to add some little touch of niceness. But as soon as they pull it up, they're willing to put some time in sanding it. They do let you know though, to get this like well polished and sanded, they'll probably have to put some work in on that tomorrow. They may have to bring another guy along with them who's got some better equipment. But yeah,
I have to bring my cousin in. He's gonna.
And how many am I free tomorrow? I don't.
You're free until the evening. You have the dinner with Burian's group, but you're free for the rest of the day.
I'll let them know that I can be there during the afternoon.
Okay.
Or the morning.
So yeah, I need to remind myself to change floor to stone. And remove door for Zug. Okay.
That's a 5th level spell, by the way, Steve.
Floor to stone?
Floor to stone. Converts any floor to stone. I'm submitting that for RPG Superstar this year. For the spell, floor to stone.
Alright, so let's bring us back out of the apartments then. If you want, I can leave you in there, Tom, so you can reorganize stuff in your room. If you want to do that. It's up to you.
No, I don't really need to do that right now.
Okay.
You'd also like some cat frescoes up, you know what I mean? Some frescoes up of some cats on his wall.
Alright, so let's jump back to Harcourt then. Who is with Maya. And who is muted. Can you unmute, Harcourt? Thank you. There you go.
My roll 20 was being goofy too, so.
Out to dry.
All right. So Maya asks if you'd like to take the conversation to somewhere with less people around.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. She will lead you back to the place that she is staying, which, when you get there, you recognize as being much smaller. She's in, like, an apartment that's slightly bigger than the one that you're staying in, but the area around her is definitely not as, like, safe-looking as where she was before.
Oh, beats the shack I was living in last time I was here.
All right, and I think we're actually going to pause for our break here. So let's take about 5 minutes, and then we can have your conversation with Maya.
All right.